I have got my September favourites to bring you, and this month it's got a few more makeup items and various other bits and pieces in it, but it's going to be quite short and sweet because I haven't really loved a lot of things this month, but I thought I'd do a little favourites video, so let's get started. So first up, I've got a skincare item that I've really been enjoying this month, and it's the Emma Hardy Amazing Face Cleansing Balm. Unfortunately, as you can see, I've had a bit of a mishap. I'm not sure if I was just too heavy-handed with it or whatever, but I was trying to get it off one day and it was crunching slightly, and there's just sort of been a split up the seam, but I actually quite like it just in this packaging like this. I actually think it looks just sort of slightly neater, so I'm not really that bothered about it. But the smell, oh, it's just like it's just really nice. I'm not really sure what it is. I think it might be oranges that I can smell. But it's just a really, really beautiful cleansing balm, and it just leaves my face just feeling really nourished and just looking really replenished, and it just balances everything out. It just looks really, really nice after using this, and I have actually been using this as a second cleanse. I haven't really been taking my makeup off with it. I've tried that once or twice and I wasn't really overly enamoured with the results. I'm quite into double cleansing at the moment, and I've just been loving this as a secondary cleanse because it does so much good work. I don't really want to rub it off with something else, so I've been using this as sort of like the last product before I go to bed, before putting on toner and whatever else. I've been really, really impressed with this, and this was £36, I think, something like that. It was around the £30 mark, and I'm really, really pleased I purchased this because I know a lot of people have a lot of good things to say about it, but I've really, really enjoyed using it, and I will definitely be repurchasing it. I've got another skincare item, and it's the Body Shop Vitamin E Moisture Serum, and I got this a little while ago actually. It was in a Body Shop haul. I did a video for it, and it was because I was so in love with the Vitamin E Serum in oil overnight thing. It comes with like a little pipette, and I really enjoyed using that, and so I bought loads of bits and pieces for the Vitamin E range, and this is one of the things I ended up buying because it had a lot of good reviews on the website of people that had used it. So I thought, oh, I'll pick it up, and I bought it ages ago. It's probably about 6 months ago now, and I haven't really re-picked it up. I used it a couple of times after I bought it, and I was a little bit like, meh, whatever. But since I have discovered the Indeed Labs serum, I'm sort of running fairly low on that now. I've only had it a couple of months, but it seems to just be disappearing at such a rapid rate that I thought I'd switch to something that I'm not really bothered about. But I've actually ended up really loving using this. I've been using it morning and evening before I go to bed, and obviously it's before I put my makeup on. And it's a really great base for makeup. I've just been using this mainly with the FA Club Duo, the La Roche-Posay spot treatment thing, and the two of them work really well together. They seem to sort of clear up many of the spots that I have before they become troublesome, and yeah, I've just been really enjoying using that. I'm not really sure why I didn't like it before, but it leaves my skin really nice and nourished. It's pretty inexpensive. I'm not sure how much it is, but probably under £15 I'd say. So yeah, I've really, really been loving that this month. Next up, we've got a few more makeup products, and the first one that I've got is the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation, and you might be able to see here, but I've actually broken the top of it. I think we'll just call this month the month of broken things, because I seem to have broken a lot of things this month. But this is the first time I've actually used the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation, and I've got this in the shade Mont Blanc, which is a light shade, and I personally think it's slightly too light for my skin, but perhaps as we're coming into the winter months, it might suit my face slightly more. But I really love the foundation itself. I love the sort of coverage that it gives. I love the feel of it. It's very weightless, it's very soft, you know, it feels very satiny on the skin. It's great coverage. It's a really, really lovely product. My one true gripe with it though is that you don't end up getting a pump with it, which I think is really unfortunate because it's something that I really like using with foundations. I don't particularly like putting them on the back of my hand, and they don't tell you that a pump doesn't come with it. So I think, you know, I think they should tell you that there's a pump option available, and they're only £3. But my second biggest gripe is that you cannot, for love nor money, get hold of a pump. I've been on a waiting list now for weeks and weeks and weeks for a pump, and they're just like gold dust. They just don't make that many of them, and so when they do come into the stores, they seem to fly off the shelves, which, you know, supply and demand, there should be sort of more made in order that we can get our hands on them more, but that's probably my one biggest faux pas with it, is that you don't get the pump. But apart from that, I really love this foundation. I've got a few more sort of more facey based items now. First of all is a blusher that I've got, and it's from Revlon. It just looks like this, just a tiny little sort of rectangle, and you get a little mirror and a brush. I picked this up in the shade 003, which is called Mauvelous. It's just like a really nice, easy, peachy blush. It just gives a really nice perk to the skin. It's just a nice natural glow, and I've been looking for a really nice blusher that I can wear to work that isn't anything too shimmery. It's very matte, it's very easy to wear, it's sort of not too pinky. It's just a really nice colour, just a really nice glow, so I've been really loving that this month. Okay, the last thing in my makeup favourites is actually this lipstick, and it's by Rimmel. It comes in a red case. I know some of them come in a purple case. I'm not really sure what the difference is there, but it's in the shade 547 Pleasure Me Red, and it's just like a really nice burgundy colour, sort of dark, very dark, very sort of autumnal. I think I've got it on at the moment. It is quite dark, but I do really like dark bold lips, especially now that we're coming into autumn and berry lips are very in at the moment. This is just the perfect shade for me. This is something I've been looking for such a long time, and I've picked up so many other lipsticks that have not really done a good job, but this is just dark enough but not too vampy. I think you could probably get away with it sort of, you know, in everyday life. But I really love this colour. I really love the formula. It's very pigmented and it stays on really nicely. It's very smooth, it's quite silky, it's very moisturising, it's not drying on the lips at all. Something that I've really been loving this month is not beauty related but more health related, and it's been running. I've really loved running this month, and I never thought I'd be the kind of person to say that, because although I do go to the gym, I like a lot of classes, I'm in no way a sort of health and fitness freak. I like dieting. Well, I don't like dieting, but I am dieting at the moment. I'm doing Weight Watchers. If you've followed my blog, then you might have seen a post that I've done recently, but if not, I'll link it down below. Just talking about the different diets that I've done and the positives and the negatives of them. But as well as doing a diet, I also like going to the gym a lot. I like doing a lot of spin classes and sort of conditioning classes and like aerobics classes and things like that, but I'm never one to sort of go on the treadmill and just run. And I'd had a couple of days off the middle of August for my birthday, and I'd been working out really hard and I'd been dieting quite hard, and so I didn't really want to lose any of my fitness or gain too much weight over my birthday. I thought I'd try and be quite sensible and keep running, and try and sort of eat as little, you know, bad as possible, but you know, it's my birthday, I want to enjoy things. So instead I thought I would take myself off for a run every morning, and I got up and I did like a workout Spotify playlist. I made sure I got some good motivational songs, some songs that I'd enjoy listening to. I had one of those stupid armbands, you know, the ones that we strap on and we don't look very good in, but I went out and I was so surprised at how much I enjoyed running. It was a really great feeling after I come back. It was a good workout. I felt like all my endorphins were going, and it was just I just really enjoyed it. And since then I've been going at the weekends. It's not something I can do during the week, like in the mornings, because I'm up quite early, but I've been enjoying doing it also at the gym. So instead of doing umpteen spin classes or whatever I've been doing, I'm making sure that I'm going sort of for a couple of runs on the treadmill, and I'm also really enjoying that, and it's just definitely just making a difference to my shape. Spin classes are good, they burn an awful lot of calories, but running's just like making everything sort of like more toned up. My legs, my bum, my tummy, my arms, I'm just making such a difference in my body, and so I've really been loving running this month. The last thing I've got to show you guys is actually a book, and it's called Dark Places, and it's by Gillian Flynn. And if the cover looks quite similar to you, then it's probably because you might have seen it on the Gone Girl book, which is by the same author, Gillian Flynn. Gone Girl is a really good book. If you haven't read the book, then I suggest you read it. If you're not really into reading, then perhaps go and see the film, which I can imagine is going to be a really great adaptation of the book. But if you have read Gone Girl and you are looking for something similar, then this other book, Dark Places, is really good. I actually prefer that to Gone Girl. I found the ending much more, I don't know, just less predictable. I found Gone Girl ending very unsatisfactory. I didn't really like the ending at all, and I believe they've actually changed it for the film adaptation, because it didn't fit for me. But Dark Places is nothing like that. It's about a young girl and her family are murdered, and her brother gets put away for it purely because of the evidence that she gives at the trial, but she was only sort of very, very young, 4 or 5 at the time, and she is hard up on money, and she ends up getting approached by this group of people who like solving unsolved murders and things like that, and they sort of turn around and tell her that they think her brother's innocent, and it starts sort of turning the cogs in her mind, like, oh, you know, this doesn't seem right, or this doesn't seem right, and perhaps I didn't see what I saw. And she starts thinking that maybe someone sort of put the idea in her head that it was actually her brother that did it. It ends really well. It just flows really nicely. It's written from different points of view, which I personally like in a book. I don't really like it to be one single person. It's nice when you get different points of view. It flips between sort of present and past, and it's her mother's point of view, her brother's point of view, her point of view. It's a very, very good book, and the ending was very, very good. So if you're in the market for a new book and you like psychological thrillers, then I would definitely suggest you pick that up. Okay guys, that's all I've got for my September favourites, hopefully short and sweet for you guys. If you've got any questions or any queries or anything like that, then feel free to leave me a comment, or I'll leave all my information social media wise down below for you guys. But I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon. Take care, bye bye.